Hi students, my name is Hitesh Narashit. I am from Manavara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 9th standard, that is lines and angles. In lines and angles we already discussed about lines, angles and pair of lines. So in pair of line we already discussed about axiom 6.1, 6.2 and theorem 6.1 and problem based on pair of lines. And also we discussed about parallel lines and transversal. In that we discussed about axiom 6.3 and axiom 6.4, and we already also discussed about transversal and parallel lines. So let us move on to the next part, that is theorem 6.2. That means here already we know about axiom 6.3 and 6.4. Based on that and based on all the categorization of angles, so we have to discuss about theorem 6.2 with the help of this transversal, with the basis of this transversal and parallel lines. So let us take theorem 6.2. Theorem 6.2 it is. So we already know about theorem. Theorem is a statement which needs proof. So after the proof only we have to take it as a true statement. So what is the statement here? So just take the statement here. In this transversal, a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then alternate interior angles are equal. So we already know in the axiom 6.3. So we have a transversal intersects two parallel lines. In that case, corresponding angles are equals. So like that in case of theorem 6.2, so we have a transversal and same parallel lines. In that case, alternate interior angles also equal. So likewise, corresponding angles are equal. Also, alternate interior angles also equal. So corresponding angles are equals means in that case that one is axiom. We can easily take it as a true. But here in this theorem, so we have to prove alternate interior angles also equal with the help of all the axioms and the theorems. So firstly we have to write the statement. So what is the statement here? A transversal intersects two parallel lines, then alternate interior angles are equal. So we have to prove that one. So firstly we have to take a transversal intersects two parallel lines. Here it is a transversal intersects two parallel lines. Let us name this one. So AB is one line and CD is another line. Then I have to take PQ transversal. Here it is a PS. I will take PS. PS is a transversal intersect at Q and R. Yes, Q and R. So intersected Q and R. PQRS is a transversal. PS is a transversal intersects AB and CD at two distinct points is Q and R respectively. So this is our given term. So firstly we have to write what is the given term. So given. So we have to write what are the given terms. That is PS transversal intersects two parallel lines AB and CD at two distinct points, Q and R respectively. So here it is the given thing, a transversal intersect two parallel lines. Here PS transversal intersects AB and CD parallel lines at two different points Q and R respectively. So this is the given term. So after that we have to write construction and to prove. So there is no any need of any construction here. So let us take to prove. What we have to prove here? So here we have to prove. So any one pair. So I will take this alternate interior angle pair. So here, so angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. So we have to prove those two angles are equal. So when this pair of alternate angle equal, so then automatically we can take this pair of an alternate interior angle also equal. So what we have to prove here? So to prove angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. Angle QRC. So here we have to prove this theorem. So then we have to go into the proof. So let us prove them. Yes. So firstly we have to prove. So here in this case, what is the given term? What is the known term here? So here we have a transversal intersects two parallel lines. Then axiom 6.3 tells us that when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then their corresponding angles are equal. So I will take those two corresponding, first pair of corresponding angles, that is 1 is equal to 5. So that one. So here PQA is equal to QRC. I will take that one. So here PS intersects two parallel lines AB and C. So then according to the axiom 6.3, so we have corresponding angles are equal, that is angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. I will write here angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. So because corresponding angles axiom. Yes, I will take this as equation number 1 it is. So from the corresponding angles axiom, when a transversal intersects two parallel lines, the corresponding angles are equal here. So let us consider PQA is equal to BQR. So how it is? Why it is? So because these two are the vertically opposite angles. So when we are considering PR and AB as the intersecting lines, then according to the theorem 6.1, so vertically opposite angles are equal. So here PQA is equal to BQR. Yes. So let PR and AB are intersecting lines. Then what happens here? So angle PQA is equal to angle BQR. Angle PQA is equal to angle BQR. Angle PQA is equal to angle BQR. So I will take this as equation number 2. How it is? Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. So yes, so here just observe equation 1 and equation 2. Here angle PQA is equal to angle QRC and angle PQA here in this case in the second equation angle PQA is equal to angle BQR. So things things which are equal to the same things, both are equal to one another. So that means here both the things, angle BQRC and angle BQR is equal to the same thing, that is angle PQA and angle PQA. So then angle QRC is equal to angle BQR. So from equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, so we have angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. Angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. So these are the alternate interior angles. So because we have these two are the alternate interior angles. That's why a transversal intersects two parallel lines means their alternate interior angles are equal. Therefore, a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then their alternate interior angles are equal. Yes. So here we proved our requirement from the axiom 6.3 and theorem 6.1. So that means here all the given values, all the known values are used in the case, some of the cases. So when we have to prove any our requirement, any our unknown, so then we have to prove all these things. Axiom 6.1 is there, axiom 6.2 is there, axiom 6.3, axiom 6.4 we can use, also theorem 6.1 and theorem 6.2. So we have to take help from those known values in some of the cases. So let us take the converse of this theorem. So here a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then alternate interior angles are equal. So then we have to take the converse of this part, means when a transversal intersects two lines, not a parallel lines, I don't know about parallel lines, so two lines, then their alternate angles are equal means, so those two lines are parallel. So let us take theorem 6.3. Theorem 6.3 tells us that the statement of theorem 6.3 is a transversal intersects two lines such that their alternate interior angles are equal, then those two lines are parallel. Yes. So this is the statement of theorem 6.3. So theorem needs, initially the theorem needs proof. So after the proof we can take it as a true statement. So let us take theorem 6.3. So firstly we want a transversal intersect two lines. Here PS transversal intersects two lines AB and CD, and what we have, such that their alternate interior angles are equal. So here we have to take one pair of, any pair of alternate interior angles is equal, those two angles are equal. So this is the given term. So firstly we have to write the given terms. So what are the given terms here? A transversal intersects two lines. So here PS transversal intersects AB and CD at two different points Q and R respectively. Firstly, we have to write what is the given thing here. So a transversal intersects two lines. So I just written. So also, what is the given term? Their alternate interior angles are equal. So that means here there are two pairs of alternate interior angles are there. That is angle BQR and QRC, one alternate interior angle. Another one is the angle AQR and angle QRD. So both are the pairs of alternate interior angle. You can take anything. So here I will take BQR and QRC. So this is the one pair of alternate interior angle when a transversal intersects two lines. So here given is those two are equal. That is angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. So this is the given thing. So what we have to prove here? So here we have to prove AB and CD are parallel lines. That is to prove AB parallel to CD. So we have to prove this one. So let us take the proof. So proof. So firstly I will take a theorem 6.1, that is here PR intersects AB. PR and AB are intersecting lines. That is PR and AB are intersecting lines. Then what happens according to the theorem 6.1? So the vertically opposite angles are equal. That is angle PQA is equal to angle BQR. Angle PQA is equal to angle BQR. So I will take this as equation number 1. Then, so here is the given thing is there. What is the given thing here? Angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. Angle BQR is equal to angle QRC is the given. Also, angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. Equation number 2 I will take because given. So this is the given thing. Then, so just observe equation 1 and equation 2. So PQA, angle PQA is equal to angle BQR and angle BQR is equal to angle QRC. That means things which are equal to the same thing, those things are equal to one another. That means here PQA is also equal to angle BQR and QRC also equal to angle BQR. So that's why from equation 1 and 2, angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. From equation 1 and 2, we can take angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. Angle PQA is equal to angle QRC. So these are corresponding angles. These are corresponding angles. These two are corresponding angles. PQA and QRC are the corresponding angles. When corresponding angles are equal, then what happens to those two lines? Those two lines are parallel itself according to the corresponding angles axiom. So from corresponding angles axiom, converse of corresponding angles axiom, So what is the converse of corresponding angles axiom? When a transversal intersects two lines such that their corresponding angles are equal. So then those two lines are parallel. That's why. So here what are those two lines? AB and CD are parallel. That is AB parallel to CD. So here is the proof. So here we use theorem 6.1, axiom 6.3, axiom 6.4. So from that axioms and theorems we proved that theorem 6.3 here. So also we have axiom 6.3, 6.4, 6.1, 6.2 and theorem 6.1, theorem 6.2. So another theorem comes, theorem 6.3. With the help of theorem 6.3 we have many problems are there. We have to use this theorem to solve some of the problems. So let us take some other theorems, theorem 6.4 and theorem 6.5. So based on some of the categorization of the angles. So let us take theorem 6.4. Theorem 6.4 tells us that, so here also we want a transversal and two parallel lines. A transversal intersects two parallel lines at two different points. Then interior angles on the one side of the transversal are supplementary. That means here in this case, in one side of the transversal there are two interior angles, that is AQR and QRC. So those two angles, the sum of those two angles is 180 degree. Here in the another side of the transversal, so we have two lines, two angles, that is BQR and QRD. The sum of those two angles also 180 degree. So the theorem 6.4 states that a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then interior angles on one side of the parallel, one side of the transversal are supplementary. Yes. So here in this case, a transversal intersects two parallel lines means that then the sum of interior angles on the one side of the transversal is 180 degree. So what are the pairs here? So angle AQR and QRC. Angle AQR plus angle QRC is equal to 180 degree. Then another pair of the interior angles on the one side of the transversal is angle BQR plus angle QRD. Angle BQR plus angle QRD is equal to 180 degree here. So that means those two, the sum of those two angles are 180 degree, and these two angles are supplementary. And in here in this case, so interior angles on the one side of the transversal we are calling it as allied angles or co-interior angles. So also the interior angles on one side of the transversal is also known as allied angles or co-interior angles. So here in this case we can also state it as a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then allied angles are also, the sum of allied angles are 180 degree. The allied angles are supplementary, like that also we have to take that one. So this is theorem 6.4. Initially the theorem needs proof. But in this case we can take it as a true statement. Also it has a proof. So that one is not in your syllabus. So you can prove in your notebook. So from the help of given things or known things. So let us take theorem 6.5, that is converse of this theorem 6.4, that is a transversal intersects two lines. So that means initially we don't know about whether it is parallel line or non-parallel line. So here we have to take just a transversal intersect two lines, then such that the interior angles on one side of the transversal is supplementary. So that means those two lines are parallel. So this is the statement of theorem 6.5. So it is a converse of theorem 6.4. So we have to take theorem 6.5. Theorem 6.5 tells us that or states that theorem 6.5. So it states that a transversal intersects two lines, such that their interior angles on one side of the transversal, one side of the transversal are supplementary, then those two lines are parallel. Yes. So it's a converse of theorem 6.4. So when a transversal intersects two lines such that the interior angles on the one side of the transversal, that is allied angles, are supplementary, then those two lines are parallel itself. So this is about theorem 6.2, theorem 6.3, theorem 6.4 and theorem 6.5. It completely based on a transversal and a parallel lines. A transversal intersects two parallel lines at two distinct points. So in this case, corresponding angles are equal and alternate interior angles are equal and allied angles, that means interior angles on the one side of the transversal, so supplementary here. So this is about the parallel lines and transversal. So here we have to solve some of the problems based on axiom 6.3, 6.4 and theorem 6.2, 6.3, 6.4 and 6.5. So that means it's completely based on parallel lines and transversal. Yes, the first question based on parallel lines and transversal. So the problem tells us that here in this diagram, we have to find the value of x, y and z from the known things. Show that AB is parallel to CD. That means here we don't know about whether AB and BCD are parallel or non-parallel. So we have to prove that one. We have to show that one. So for that we have axiom 6.3, axiom 6.4 and theorem 6.2, theorem 6.3, theorem 6.4 and theorem 6.5. So here we have some of the axioms and theorems to prove this one. So how can we prove that one? So here just observe the diagram. Here it is. So x is there, here 50 degree. This one is given term here, and here it is this angle CRS is y is 130 degree we have. So from these things we have to prove AB is parallel to CD. So what are the terms here? What are the terminologies we can use here? Corresponding angles here. Corresponding angles we can use, and alternate interior angles we can use. But here in this case we don't know about whether it is parallel line or non-parallel line. So for that we have to use the initial thing to prove AB is parallel to CD. So theorem 6.1. So we have theorem 6.1. From the theorem 6.1 we have to find out y is equal to 130 because those two are vertically opposite angles. So firstly we have to write given things. So given, what are the given terms here? So here angle PQA is equal to 50 degree, angle PQA is equal to 50 degree, and then angle CRS is equal to 130 degree. So these are the given values. Then angle AQR is equal to x, angle AQR is equal to x. Then angle QRD is equal to y, angle QRD is equal to y. Then angle QRC is equal to z, angle QRC is equal to z. What we have to prove here? AB is parallel to CD. To prove it is AB is parallel to CD, we have to prove this one. Then, so let us consider all the things. So firstly, we have to take proof. So we have to prove from the known terms, known quantities. So but here we can't use theorem 6.3, 6.2, 6.4, 6.5 and axiom 6.3 and 6.4 because we don't know whether it is parallel, both the lines AB and CD are parallel or non-parallel. So if it is parallel, we can use axiom 6.3, 6.4, theorem 6.2, 6.3, 6.4 and 6.5. But here it is not happened because we have to prove AB is parallel to CD. From that one we have to use that one. But initially we have to use the known quantities. That means we can use axiom 6.1, 6.2 and theorem 6.1 to prove this assumption. So let us take one by one. So here just observe, here AQ ray stands on PR. So we have axiom 6.1 it is. When a ray stands on a line, then the adjacent angle formed is 180 degree. So let us we have to use, that is AQ ray stands on PR. AQ stands on PR. So then what happens here? The adjacent angle formed, that is PQA plus AQR is equal to 180. That is x plus 50 degree. X plus 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. So x is equal to 180 minus 50. So here I will transpose this 50 to the RHS side, it becomes minus 50. It is x is equal to 130 degree. So we have the value of x is equal to 180 degree. So likewise we have to find out the value of y. So how can we find out the value of y? So here QS and CD are intersecting lines. So QS and CD are intersecting lines. When we have intersecting lines, the vertically opposite angles are equal. From theorem 6.1 it is. So here QS and CD are intersecting lines. Then we have y is equal to, value of y is equal to 130 degree. Value of y is equal to 130 degree because it's a vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Yes. Then we have value of x, value of y. So then here just observe. So and when a ray RQ stands on CD, so the sum of adjacent angle forms is also 180 degree. Also here also we can take ray RC stands on line QS. So here we can take like that. So how can we take that one? ray RC stands on QS. Ray RC. RC ray stands on QS. Then adjacent angle forms is 180. The sum of adjacent angles is 180 degree. That is QRC plus RCRS is 180 degree. So those two are supplementary. That is angle this one. So Z, that means QRC plus angle CRS is equal to 180 degree. That is Z plus 130 degree is equal to 180 degree. I will transpose this 130 to the RHS side. So what happens here? Z is equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree. Z is equal to 50 degree here. Yes. So let us observe all the things. Here y is equal to 180 degree and x is equal to also 180 degree. So just observe, x is equal to 180 degree and y is equal to 180 degree means, so it's a alternate interior angles, those two are equal. Then according to the theorem 6.4, theorem 6.3, we have when a transversal intersects two lines, such that their alternate interior angles are equal, then those two lines are parallel. So we can take that one also. Also we have corresponding angle section. So here it is 50 degree, here it is also 50 degree. From that also we can take, so Z is equal to 50 degree means, so those two angles are corresponding angles are equal. From corresponding angles axiom, from converse of corresponding angles axiom, we have those two lines are parallel. Here x is equal to y. That means from theorem 6.3 we have both the lines are one and the parallel. So let us take that one. So here x is equal to y is equal to 130 degree, because so these are alternate interior angles. That's why from theorem 6.3, so we have AB is parallel to C. So from that thing we can easily show that, we can easily express AB is parallel to CD. We have those two lines are parallel. So there are many sets of problems are there, so you can solve in your home. So let us take some of the homeworks. Yes, so let us take one homework. So homework tells us that in figure AB is parallel to CD. Here those two lines AB and CD are on the parallel lines here. So EF is perpendicular to CD. That means here EF is perpendicular to CD means the angle around this is 90 degree. So here this angle is also 90 degree, this angle is also 90 degree. Also this angle is also 90 degree, this angle is also 90 degree. So this is perpendicular to one angle. So and also given is that angle GED is equal to 126 degree. That means GED. So that means this angle is 126 degree. So we have that one. So we have to find out angle AGE. Angle AGE we have to find out. This angle we have to find out. How can we find out this angle? So here just observe. So AB and CD are parallel lines. So when GE is a transversal, so AGE and GED becomes alternate interior angles. So what happens? You have to calculate. Then angle GEF we have to calculate. So that means here just observe, total angle is 126 degree. We have this angle is 90 degree. So from that information we can calculate angle GEF. How can we calculate? You have to calculate in your home. So then angle FGE Angle FGE we have to calculate. Angle FGE means, here just observe, from the known thing, that is already we calculated that AGE, angle AGE. So from that information, that the total angle, so here the total angle becomes 180 degrees. So here what is the thing here? So axiom 6.1. So when a ray stands on a line AB, the adjacent angle form is 180 degree. So from that information and from the given things, so we can calculate the angle FGE here. So here we have to find out 3 angles. So from the known things we have to find out these things here. So let us take that homework, and those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. You can get the notification very easily. So thank you one and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.